Hi guys, it's Micki, SASCO instructor in Salt Lake City, Utah, and today we're going to do some power yoga. So just like its name implies, this is going to help put some power and some oomph behind your SAS moves. It's also, with any yoga, going to help improve flexibility and strength. And this sequence today is specifically going to target our hips, since we know that that is our powerhouse. With all yoga, listen to your body. This sequence is going to be geared for all levels, but if there's anything that doesn't feel good to you, feel free to skip it or modify it in any way that works for you. And just have fun, enjoy it, and let's go. All right, so we are going to start laying down on our backs in Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of your feet to touch. Let your knees fall open wide, and then just rest one hand on your heart, one hand on your stomach. Take a minute here just to check in with your body. No judgment, just notice how your body's feeling today. Recognize that sometimes external stress can show itself physically in our bodies. So just check in, how are you feeling? And then start to use your breath to relax. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Again, breathe in nice and slow. Fill up your belly, fill up your low back. Empty out. One more time, big, strong breath in. Slow, controlled breath out. Now start to switch to your Ujjayi breath. Seal your lips, breathe in and out of your nose with a slight constriction in the muscles in the back of your throat. Give your breath some texture, some sound. Your Ujjayi breath is your breath of fire. It's going to build some internal heat. Reach down and help your knees together like closing a book. Bring your knees into your chest and just start to draw some circles on the ceiling with your knees. These can be little circles or big circles. Switch directions. So giving your low back a little bit of a massage. Now take your left ankle over the top of your right knee. Your right foot can stay planted, or you can lift it off of your mat. We're going to start to gently open our hips, so guide your left knee towards the front of your mat. Option to interlace your hands around your right thigh. If this feels okay, you can gently draw your legs closer to your body, and maybe add some circles with your right ankle. Keep breathing. Switch sides. Bring your right ankle over your left knee. You can stay here on the ground or take whichever variation you did on the first side. Remembering to press your right knee forward to open up your hip. Maybe add some circles with your left ankle. Great. Then bring both knees into your chest. Place your hands behind your knees and start to rock and roll forward and back a couple of times, building up some momentum to come all the way up to a seat for seated Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of your feet back together. Capture your ankles, maybe draw your heels a little closer to your body, and then if it feels okay, you can start to pull your heart forward. Just for a quick breath or two, and then come back up. Rock forward to your hands and knees for a tabletop position for cat-cow. Stack your shoulders right over your wrists. As you inhale, lift your chin, lower your belly. As you exhale, round your spine and draw your chin to your chest. And start to flow with your breath. Breathe in, cow pose. Breathe out, cat pose. Take one more full round. And then press back to downward facing dog. Curl your toes, lift your hips, relax your head and neck. Take your dog for a walk. Bend one knee, then the other. Just starting to warm up your hamstrings. Relax. Maybe take a minute here to wiggle out your jaw. Then bring your weight into your pointer fingers and your thumbs so that you're slightly rotating your biceps in towards your head for shoulder stability. Option to bring your weight more into your heels. Really lift your hips up towards the sky to lengthen your spine. Look between your hands and then step your feet forward. Keep your knees bent for ragdoll pose. Hang your torso heavy. This is about lengthening and decompressing your spine. If you want, you can grab opposite elbows. Maybe sway side to side. And then release your hands back to your mat. Toe heel your feet together, keeping your knees bent. Slowly roll all the way up into mountain pose. Sweep your arms up overhead. Relax your shoulders away from your ears and pull your belly button in towards your spine. Feel supported in this stance. It's okay to move around a little bit to find your even balance. Imagine wrapping your stomach muscles around your spine like a seatbelt. Good. Open arm twist. Take your left arm back, right arm forward, palms face out. Keep pushing your left hip forward. And look to the side. Come back to mountain pose. Breathe in and switch sides. Sweep your right arm back, left arm forward. Press your right hip forward. Good. Come back to mountain pose. Breathe in and then fold forward as you breathe out. Bring your hands through heart center. Hinge at your hips. And bring your hands to your mat. You can bend your knees or straighten them, whatever feels good for you. Halfway lift. Bring your palms to your shins to create a nice flat spine. Roll your shoulder blades together and down your back. Push the crown of your head forward. Traction out your spine. And then plant your hands for high plank. Step back to your toes. And just hold here for a moment. Activate your quads, fire up your core. If you would like, you can come down to your knees for chaturanga. As you breathe forward, you're going to hinge, or as you breathe in rather, you're going to hinge your weight forward. As you breathe out, bend your elbows in towards your side. If you can, pause here. If not, go all the way down to your stomach and then flip to the tops of your toes for upward facing dog. Roll your shoulders back. Push your heart forward, keeping your thighs off of your mat, and then roll back to downward facing dog. Nice work, you guys. Take a couple of breaths here, and just let go. We're gonna flow through that little sequence, following your breath. As you inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. Find your flat back. Breathe out, fold a little bit deeper. As you inhale, mountain pose. Sweep your arms up. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Breathe in, mountain pose. Breathe out, twist to the right. Inhale, back to mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, find a flat back. Chaturanga, plant your hands, step back to your toes, lower down nice and slow. Upward facing dog, lift your heart. Downward facing dog, lift your hips. Awesome, take a couple of breaths here. If you'd like, you can flow through that Sun A a couple more times on your own. Just pause the video. If you feel ready to move on, we're gonna go into Sun B. Look between your hands, then step your feet forward again. Halfway lift, fold deeper. From here, chair pose. Bring your big toes to touch. Keep a slight gap between your heels. Bend your knees first, and then lift your chest and your arms. Any arm variation here is great. If your shoulders feel tight here, maybe cactus your arms, or you can even fly them behind you. Squeeze your thighs in towards each other and draw your tailbone down. No pinching in that low spine. Awesome job. Feel that fire burning. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And forward fold, relax. Maybe pedal it out a little bit. Nice job. From here, low lunge. Step your left foot back, bend your right knee. Take a minute here to just wiggle around in your lunge. When you're ready, warrior two. Spin your back heel down so your pinky toe edge of your foot is parallel with the back of your mat. Then reach your left arm up and over to rise. Gaze over your front middle finger. Relax your shoulders down your back. Breathe. Extended side angle. As you exhale, place your right arm to your thigh, left arm up to the ceiling. You can look down at the ground here to help you feel balanced, or up at your top hand for an extra challenge. Reverse warrior. As you inhale, take your top arm to your low back or your leg, reach your front arm up and over. Keep that deep bend in your front knee. Feel that stretch all along the front side of your body. Chaturanga, cartwheel your hands down to your mat. Step back to your high plank. Option to keep your right leg lifted if you want. As you come down, upward facing dog, shine your heart. Downward facing dog, lift your hips. But take a couple of breaths. Look between your hands, step forward. Halfway lift, find your flat back, fold deeper. Beautiful, we're gonna skip chair on this side. So this time just step your right foot back into your low lunge. Again, wiggle around. Find those tight spaces and just kind of move into them. Being gentle with your body. When you're ready, warrior two, spin your back heel down, reach your right arm up and over to come up into your warrior pose, Virabhadrasana. Relax your shoulders, but keep your arms lifted. Exhale, extended side angle, reach forward, place your left arm to the inside of your thigh, reach your right arm up. Again, take whatever variation you did on the first side, gaze wherever you'd like. Let your breath keep you strong. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach up and over, keeping that deep lunge in your front knee. As you exhale, maybe reach a little bit more. And then take it down, chaturanga. Bring your hands to your mat. Step back to your plank. Lower down with control. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Apparently with my dog. Take a couple of breaths. And then we will flow through those postures again. Remember to take it at your own pace. If I'm going too fast or too slow, just ignore me. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop forward. Halfway lift, find a flat back. Forward fold. Chair pose, bend your knees. Forward fold. Halfway lift, low lunge. Step your left foot back. Inhale, warrior two. Breathe in as you rise up. Extended side angle as you breathe out. Reverse warrior. Inhale. Chaturanga. Exhale. Lift your heart, upward facing dog. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Oh, she's gonna join us, awesome. Look forward, step or hop forward. Halfway lift, low lunge. This time step your right foot back. Warrior two, breathe in. Side angle, breathe out. Reverse warrior, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Nice job, you guys. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look between your hands, step or hop forward and take a seat. Nice work. Again, if you want to flow through that a couple more times on your own, feel free to do so. When you're ready, we're going to do some core. So come down onto your back. We're going to start with Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. So bring the soles of your feet back together just like we started. This time bring your hands behind your head, elbows out wide. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, lift your shoulders. Inhale, lower. Exhale, crunch. Keep going at your own pace. If you want to add on, add some clamshells. Lift your heels as you lift your shoulders. Good. Breathe out of your mouth for core. 3 more. 2 and 1. Bring your knees into your chest. Forward bicycles. Hands behind your head again. You're going to take your right elbow to your left knee and straighten your right leg. Then switch. Good. You can do it. Stay strong. If you want to add up, do scissors instead. Straighten both of your legs. Woo, you got it. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Stretch it out. Take just a minute to breathe into your belly. And then hug your knees into your chest. Rock and roll. Come all the way up to boat pose. Keep your hands behind your knees. Lift one foot, then the other. Roll your shoulders back. You can stay right here or release your arms. If you want even more of a challenge, straighten your legs. Woo, there's the shaking. If you want even more of a challenge, let's add some crisscross. Ankle over ankle. Woo, you got it. Smile. Trick your body into thinking you're loving every second of this. Keep breathing. You've got it. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Rock forward to your hands and knees, and then press back to child's pose. Bring your big toes to touch, knees out wide, and send your hips towards your heels. Rest your forehead on your mat, and just catch your breath. Take a minute here to give yourself a compliment. You don't have to be doing this right now, and yet you chose to. Bring a smile to your lips. When you're ready, press back up to your hands and knees. As you inhale, lift your right arm up. As you exhale, thread your needle. Take your right arm under your body, press your shoulder and your right temple onto the floor. You can take your left arm and reach it in front of you, or wrap it around your low back to twist a little deeper. Bring your left hand back to your mat. As you inhale, reach your right hand up again. Exhale, tabletop. Switch sides, lift your left arm. Thread your needle. Take whichever arm variation you did on the first side. Keep breathing. If you want to twist a little deeper, press your left arm more into the ground. And then rewind. Bring your right hand down. Send your left hand up with a big inhale. And come back to tabletop. Downward facing dog. Curl your toes, lift your hips. Now that we're nice and warm, see if you can go a little bit deeper into your down dog. Push your heart closer to your thighs. Draw your heels closer to your mat. And as you breathe in, lift your right leg up to the sky. As you breathe out, low lunge. Hug your knee into your chest and then step between your hands. Good. Crescent lunge is next. This time we're just going to lift our chest away from our thigh. Reach our arms up to the sky. Good. Notice if you've got that banana bend in your low back. Draw your tailbone down. Even if you need to bend your back knee to get that length, go for it. And once you have that stable core, maybe play with straightening your back knee. Good. Airplane lunge. Fly your arms behind you. Guide your chest forward and look down. Lengthen the back of your neck. Spread your fingers wide and reach towards your back heel. I know that front leg is probably starting to shake a little bit. That's okay. Just breathe into it. Nice job. Slowly step or hop that back foot forward to chair plane. Awesome job. Lift your left leg up for standing step. Keep your left thigh parallel with your mat. Flex your lifted foot. Find something to look at that's not moving. That's going to help you balance. And then we're going to go into figure four. So cross your left ankle over your right knee. Bring your hands to heart center and bend your right knee. You can stay right here if you want and focus on strengthening your quad. Or if you want a deeper hip stretch, fold forward. Maybe halfway, maybe all the way. If this is too much for you, you can put yoga blocks or pillows or something under your hands. This is a tough balancing and stretching, so if you fall over, awesome. Laugh at yourself, smile, and get right back into it. You've got this. Guide your left knee towards the ground, open up a little more, and then slowly with control, come back up to standing staff. Woo! Nice job. Release your foot to your mat. Fold forward, hands at heart center. Again, bend your legs a little bit, wiggle it out. It's a lot of work. Plant your hands, step or jump back to a high plank. Chaturanga. Bend your elbows, lift your heart. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Nice job, breathe. Lift your right leg up. Low lunge, step forward. Good. Take as much time as you need to, shimmying your foot forward so that your heel is right beneath your knee. Then drive through your heel for crescent lunge. Lift your torso, reach your arms up. Notice if your shoulders came up too, slide them down. Zip your thighs in towards each other. Think of your legs as scissor blades. Check in with your core. Check in with your breath. Airplane lunge is next. Fly your arms behind you, guide your chest forward. Squeeze your pinkies towards each other. Draw your shoulders down. Nice work. Step your back foot forward to chair plane. And then lift your right knee up for standing staff. Flex your lifted foot. Find your balance. It's okay if you're wobbly. We're using muscles that we don't often use. This is where you build that strength. It's going to give you more stability and coordination in all of your SAS moves. Figure 4, cross your ankle over your opposite knee, bring your hands to heart center. Keep that top foot flexed and draw your knee down towards the ground to open your hip a little more. And then maybe fold forward if you did on the other side. Sending your breath into your right hip. We hold so much tension and stress in our hips. Let it go. Once you feel even, gradually come back up to standing staff. You can tap down if you need to. Forward fold, lower your foot, and relax your head. Take a couple of breaths here. Step or hop back to your high plank, chaturanga. Or if you're tired, you can skip this chaturanga. Go straight to downward facing dog instead. Take a couple of breaths here. Look between your hands, step or hop forward, and take a seat. Nice job, you guys. I wish I could ask you how you're feeling. Hope you're doing great. I'm sure you're doing awesome, right? Take a break if you need to. If you want to be done right now, go for it. If you would like, we're going to go into some deeper stretching from here. So stretch your legs out in front of you for Paschimottanasana. Flex your feet. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Don't worry about being able to touch your feet. Place your hands wherever they land. Press your heart forward. Let every breath take you a little bit deeper. And then slowly walk your hands up for cow face pose. Take your right leg, cross it over the top of your left leg, and then bend your left knee beneath you. This pose is going to look different for everybody, so just do what feels right for you. You're going to work towards stacking your knees on top of each other and bringing your heels in towards your hips. Flex your feet. So a little fun fact, the reason this is called cow face pose is that if you're looking down, your knees are supposed to look like the cow's nose and your feet are his ears. There you go. Wrinkle for your brain. You can stay right here, or if you want to go deeper into your hips, fold forward. Option to add a shoulder bind. Interlace your fingers at your low back, press your knuckles back and up. When you're ready, release. Come back up and switch sides. You're going to bring your left knee over the top, right knee underneath. Again, just take some time to wiggle into it. Find where it feels right for your body. Know the difference between a good stretch and pain. We don't want pain. If you have knee issues, I should have mentioned this on the other side, this might just be one to skip. Sit up nice and tall, and then if you did on the other side, go ahead and fold forward here as well. Again, if you want to take another shoulder bind, when you're ready, come back up. Awesome. Untwist, shake it out, give it a little wiggle. Whew. Nice job. And then come back to a tabletop position, hands over, or rather shoulders over, wrists, downward facing dog. Now we're going to stretch the other part of our hips. So lift your right leg high, half pigeon. Take your left knee behind your left wrist, left ankle behind your right wrist, and then straighten your back leg behind you. So use your hands to support you here. The goal is to eventually have your shin parallel with the top of your mat, but certainly don't force that to happen. It can be wherever it needs to be. Stay right here if this is enough. If you want more, you can fold forward, come down to your elbows, or all the way down to your forehead for sleeping pigeon. Keep your right foot flexed. Point your back toes. Notice if you're rolling onto one hip or the other, try to level out. So your hips should be parallel with your mat. When you're ready, come back up to your palms. Curl your back toes, lift your hips and send your right leg high, three-legged dog. And bend your knee, open your hip for scorpion down dog. Oh, that feels good. If you want, you can flip to wild thing. Bring your right toes to the ground and lift your right hand. Come back to three-legged dog and downward facing dog. Good, switch sides. Lift your left leg high. Half pigeon. Place your knee behind your left wrist, ankle behind your right wrist. Take some time to get into your position. Point your back toes behind you. Stay lifted and fold forward from your heart. Take it slow. Stop wherever it feels like it's enough for you. And then notice if you're tensing up in your hip. Use your breath to relax. Every exhale, soften. As you feel even, come back up to your palms, curl your back toes, lift your hips, send your left leg high, scorpion down dog, bend your knee, open your hip, or flip to wild thing if you did on the other side. Come back to three-legged dog, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Good, hinge forward to a high plank and then slowly lower all the way down to your stomach for cobra pose. Zip your legs together, roll your shoulders back, lift your heart. Option to lift your hands as well. Activating those strong back muscles. And then relax your arms to your side. Release your left cheek to your mat. And just let your body melt into the floor. Bring your chin back to center for floor bow. Bend both of your knees. Reach back and grab the outer edges of your feet. This might be enough. You can stay right here, or if you want more, kick into your hands to lift your knees and your chest. Keep the back of your neck long. Relax your head. You should be balancing on your hip bones and your lowest rib cage. Option to kick a little bit higher and then lower down. Relax your arms at your side and look to the left. Let go. Place your hands under your shoulders. Press yourself up to sitting on your heels or on your knees. For camel pose, I almost forgot the name. Come all the way up to standing on your knees. Separate your knees about hip-width distance apart. Place your hands at your low back. Roll your shoulders back, push your heart forward, and then lift your gaze. Trace your gaze along the ceiling, relaxing your head. You can stay right here if that's enough, or walk your hands down your legs. Maybe capture your heels. Continue to press your hips forward. Big stretch. Slowly come back up. Take a seat on your heels. Camel can be really intense, so just take a moment here. Rest your hands on your thighs and breathe. Nice work. Shift your weight into one hip. Swing your legs out in front of you. Bend your knees. Shift your hips forward. Reach your hands forward and then lower down onto your back. Awesome, awesome job. Legs up the wall. Send your heels up towards the ceiling. Flex your feet, pressing your low back into the floor. This pose is really good for calming the nervous system. So it's a great one to do at night before going to bed, or any other time that you feel stressed or anxious. From here, go into happy baby pose. Reach up and grab your feet anywhere you like. You can grab the inner arch, outer arch. I like to take my peace fingers and grab my big toes. And then pull your knees down towards the ground, working towards getting a nice flat back on the floor. If you want, you can rock side to side. Maybe straighten one leg, then the other. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Wrap your forearms around your shins and bring your forehead to your knees. As you exhale, relax into your final resting pose, Shavasana, or any other position that feels right. Relax your palms facing up towards the ceiling. Close your eyes. This is just time for you. Feel your heart beating in your chest. Be grateful for your body, for what it's capable of, for your health, for everything else that you have. Stay here for as long as you would like. When you're ready, with as little effort as possible, roll onto one side in the fetal position, using your bicep as a pillow. One more moment just for you. And slowly press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands together, place your thumbs at heart center. Take one more big breath in through your nose and out your mouth. Thank you so much for doing yoga with me today, you guys. Remember that you are strong, you are loved, and you have a purpose. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay happy. We are Sasco, and we love you so much. Namaste. We'll see you next time.